Nicola Sturgeon has increased income tax by 1p on earnings over £24,000 a year as she imposed a tartan tax. Her Finance Secretary Derek Mackay announced a draft budget today that included a raft of new spending promises. Ms. Sturgeon earlier claimed just 3 in 10 taxpayers would pay higher bills under the plans. Mr. Mackay's budget creates a new tax band of 21p on earnings between £24,000 and £44,273, and increase the higher and top rate of income tax to 40p and 46p respectively. The basic rate of tax is frozen at 20p under the plans and a new starter rate of 19p on earnings between £11,850 and £13,850 to cut taxes for low earners. Mr. Mackay told the Scottish Parliament tax per head would be marginally lower in Scotland than the rest of the UK, despite everyone earning more than £24,000 paying a higher rate than those south of the border. The Scottish Parliament has been able to impose a so-called tartan tax since 2007 and current powers allow changes of up to 10p. Today's announcement is the most radical change to taxes in Scotland. Higher rate thresholds have been frozen in previous years, slightly raising taxes on the richest. 3 in 10 Scottish taxpayers face higher bills under Nicola Sturgeon's, pictured at Holyrood today marking Christmas Jumper Day, planned raid on better-off workers. Scottish Tory leader Ruth Davidson, pictured centre with the First Minister today, condemned the plan as a broken manifesto promise. Finance Secretary Derek Mackay, pictured in Holyrood today, announced a raft of new spending plans the higher taxes will be used for. Ahead of his budget statement, Ms. Sturgeon said, "I can tell the Chamber today that 70% of taxpayers in Scotland, 83% of all adults in Scotland, will pay no more income tax after this budget than they do now." Speaking about the draft budget, the SNP leader said the vast majority of taxpayers would be protected from any increase in taxes. But Scottish Conservative leader Ruth Davidson, who pressed her on the issue at First Minister's questions, recalled how the First Minister had committed to not increasing the basic rate of income tax for the entire parliamentary term. As a result, she said any increase for some in this group would mean taxpayers would be unable to ever trust her again. Scottish Finance Secretary Derek Mackay has announced increases to income tax in Scotland. The plans mean, Ms. Sturgeon insisted, we will set out fair, balanced, progressive budget proposals that protect our public services from more than £200 million in real terms of cuts being imposed by the Tories. Our spending is being cut by more than £200 million in real terms next year, and the proposals we put forward this afternoon will set out how we protect our NHS, our education system and other vital public services from that, while protecting the vast majority of taxpayers and also investing in business and the economy. In his budget speech, Mr. Mackay vowed the changes he announced will make Scotland's income tax system even fairer and more progressive. He took the decision to increase income tax for the very top earners, those on a salary of £150,000 a year or more, by 1p after a report from the Scottish Government's chief economist said bringing back the 50p top rate in Scotland alone could see the Scottish Government lose money.